I don't think it lagged this time.
Oh, really?
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it did. But I think the stream is lagging. But
No, it lagged.
it did it.
Like,
Okay, fucking great. Sometimes OBS works perfectly. Other times it just refuses to work at all. I've been trying to find better encoders to make it work, and we haven't had better encoders because I don't know what's going on. It used to work absolutely fine, and everything ran like fucking butter, and now it does not.
well, just switch to the old one.
It's the same one. It's the same one I've been using since we started.
Weird. I mean, before you tuned it up.
Yeah, but I guess now I'm like using two screen captures and shit like that. Maybe that's the issue.
Probably.
Maybe because it's using extra resources, but I don't know. I might actually get the layout fixed again, so I don't have to use the double the amount of capture. But we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, hello and welcome to the Voices from Behind podcast. I'm Evo. I'm one of the hosts, and with me is another Evo who is also a host of the show. He's right there. What are you eating? What is that?
I had pizza left. A calzone.
Oh, calzone. Louis Tiny Calzone. Oui, oui. Wait a
Mm-hmm.
second. Am I?
How do you what?
Am I mirrored? Am I mirrored? Wait a second. What?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm mirrored for some reason.
Yes. Just, by the way, give me a second here. Something's off.
Screw it. Oh lord, this completely messed up the capture. I think we're back. Are we back? What's going on?
I don't know. It when you talk, there's this static noise for some reason.
It might be my microphone. Let me turn it down a little. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My what's it called? My drivers have been an absolute mess as well. Regardless, welcome to the end of Zombie Month. Next week we'll be going into the shit show that is
Boy, you're not prepared for this. You are not prepared.
Bad Films Month, where we're gonna.
No, not bad. No, not bad films. This is below bad. This
Okay.
is a mistakes month. Mistakes were made month.
Terrible, terrible films month of June. Yeah, and there we
Yeah,
go.
boy.
Now I'm getting a shitload of skip frames. What the hell's going on? Well, while we're talking about stuff, I'm gonna fiddle with this and hopefully not fuck up the entire stream. Because if I do fuck up the stream, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Also, I love the fact that we're streaming, so OBS is not letting me do anything about it. So this is you cannot change these settings when you're live. Yeah, thanks OBS. I guess we're not gonna bother changing settings. We're gonna lag. I guess audio's fine. Do me a favor, check audio for me. Have you got it? Have you got the window open?
No,
No.
too tired for this shit. Right.
Right, because
Yeah, I hear
audio's
audio.
fine. Yeah.
I hear audio.
I don't understand what's going on. Again, every week it does something different, and I don't know why it's doing it this week. Regardless, we're gonna talk about what we did over the week. Then we're gonna talk to
I did a whopping nothing. What did you do?
next to no news, and we're gonna finish up talking about Survival of the Dead.
Yeah, I did whopping nothing. What did you do?
I finished episode 1 of Doom. I'll say this:
Okay.
Doom 1 is a lot easier than Doom 2.
Could be.
I even tried to do the last level of episode 1 on Nightmare, and I managed to beat that
That's easy though.
with the two Hell Knights. Yeah,
That's really easy.
like I managed to do that while playing Doom 2 on Nightmare is just fucking just.
Do blood.
Even now, I'm talking about Doom 2. I tried Doom 2 on Nightmare, and I wanted to kill myself.
That's actually equally easy. Just need to be fast. Fast as fuck, boy!
The fastest of boys. And I'm nearly at the end of Blood episode 2 as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I got lost in the haunting.
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
I got lost because I didn't realize that once you get the moon key, the door for the
But
moon key is right outside the skull key room. Yes,
but
I got to Thin Ice.
okay, good.
I played Thin Ice. I like that level a lot. Apart from the swimming bits, because swimming in these old school games is always not a good time, especially with like limited air supply and shit like that. I also tried to play a couple episodes. Even on, I'm gonna say this, even on the medium setting, medium skill. What was it? Lightly broiled on Blood.
Yeah,
Even then, that game is like hard.
it's fine.
It is a difficult video game, and it's nice to play a hard game sometimes because I tried playing. What was I playing before? Forget it. Doesn't matter. What I did do though, which was stupid, was I started playing Doom 1, B episode 1, and I went to B episode 1 on Blood. And I started using my Doom bindings, which is a big mistake because they're not the same. So,
Of course not.
or I tried playing Doom, and then I realized, wait, I'm not playing Blood. What the hell am I doing? So when things would come near me, I would like twitch to them and right click on them, thinking that I'll fire both my barrels, even though it's a single barrel shotgun in Doom. And
I'm a fiery by lasers.
yeah, that was hectic, I guess. But yeah, Blood's a good time so far. So I beat the haunting, I beat Thin Ice, and I'm at the level after that.
I forgot
After the
was.
haunting. Episode 2 kind of looks the same. So
Episode 2 is the best episode, though. Hands down, best one. It's fine. Now you're gonna go to the city area. Enjoy.
yeah. But yeah, it's Blood is a good time so far. And as soon as I beat it, we can try and play it co-op. So now that I kind of know where things are in the levels and shit, we can try the proper co-op experience. Yeah, apart from that, I didn't do much. Like I cooked. I made some pizzas again because pizza is life. And yeah, it's been one of those weeks. But apparently, things are starting to slowly reopen back up in the UK. So
For now.
improper flights over to Bulgaria and like out of the country are starting in June.
Try July.
They said June. I'm supposed to be at a wedding in July, and a friend of mine just confirmed it today that the wedding is
I
happening.
talked to my father. Apparently, they said it's gonna be much later.
Yeah, well, Desi had her flights canceled on her, and they renewed her flight for the 1st or the 2nd of July. So
Yeah.
that is
It's up until whatchamacallit? New Year's.
Jesus. Well, let's hope I can get there for that fucking wedding then.
No, I mean you probably get to it at some point, but you get a free. You could swap for free too.
Yeah, till New Year's
New Year.
because it's incredibly uncertain as to what's going on and what's going to happen. Yeah, I wanted to get Mafia 2 the other day.
You can only buy it from a bundle.
You can get and there's a bunch of bundles, and one of them is like 70 something pounds for all 3 games.
Bullshit. To be fair though, you have the shit also.
Yeah, but I didn't want a gift set. I can buy a guitar for that much money. I can buy a decent beginner guitar for that much money, so I'm not about to like.
I wouldn't, because it's a fucking guitar.
Yeah, but I would, because it's a guitar. It's, everybody has their reasons, I suppose. But yeah, like, I've been playing a lot of Tetris. Just OG NES Tetris, and that's the extent of the things I've been doing.
Oh, I've actually been downloaded to myself Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
how much microtransactions are in that game.
Almost zero, because they're giving a lot of free shit.
Huh.
It's actually fucking well designed. Like, genuinely fucking amazing job on it. Not even joking. I was even surprised. I was
Only
like, what?
iPhone, yes.
No, it should be everywhere.
Well, we both have iPhones, so it's not like
Hmm.
I will look into this card game. I also have
It's
Tetris on my
yeah,
phone.
that's just boring. I mean, I was generally like, what? Why would you? And then I tried. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I also have Tetris on my phone. So the one I have on my phone though is absolutely abysmal. So don't download that one. I only got it because it has actual physical buttons and I don't have to swipe around. But even the buttons are kind of fucky, and the piece placement is kind of random as well, which is why would you do that on a Tetris game? As
Why
in,
not?
as in, certain pieces come 3 squares away from from the middle, from the end. I'm sorry. So, where am I looking? So if this is the corner of the screen here, and
Yeah.
there's sorry, this way actually. So there's a bunch of spaces, yeah. Some
Okay.
pieces come 3 spaces away. Some pieces
Okay.
come 2 spaces away. Some pieces come 4 spaces away. So there isn't a single time in that game where, like, you can afford mistakes of some kind because it's whoever like programmed it is a fucking idiot.
Could be
Yeah.
that.
Also, I've done a thing to my neck. This is as far as I can turn to the right. I mean, it's finally going away. But the other day, I could not even fucking couldn't even walk outside. It was that bad. Um, but yeah, did you do anything whatsoever apart from show me what you were playing? Like you were playing Magic right before we
Uh,
started.
I actually got back to it right now because I wasn't really playing it this week, but
Yeah.
I I got myself a game called Monster Train, and it's kind of good actually. Honestly, pretty good.
I wanted to get Disco Elysium as well, but that was I thought it was on sale, but it wasn't, so I didn't get it. But
Well, you should when you can.
yeah, I
Game's
know.
fucking
I need to
amazing.
get plane tickets. I think that's the biggest priority right now. Uh, but did I watch anything this week? No.
I've watched the movie, but I kind of forgot about it, so make what you out of that
So
one.
yeah, it tells you enough about the movie, doesn't it? Uh,
I mean, it's kind of funny,
okay.
but that's about it. I think it was like Haunted House or some shit. Yeah, it's one of those movies. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't. I
I thought,
actually didn't watch anything this week, like whatsoever. I helped Desi move out, and that was it. That was the extent of the stuff I did. And
that's- well, that's not that bad.
yeah, and I've been in the park a lot because the weather's been really nice. It's fucking still. I'm not sure if you can probably see it. It's still kind of bright outside.
I mean, yeah, it's that time of the fucking year where the sun rises up at goddamn 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yep, I would
I
know.
hate
I'm
that.
always awake around that time because
So am I.
sadness, I guess. Um, but periodically, I've not. Yeah, I edited a video, a silly video for a friend because it's the anniversary from her wedding. This September, so I made a horror movie trailer out of the footage that they did at the hen party. Um, yeah, fucking warm now as well, and you're red as a fucking tomato.
I don't know why.
Uh,
I mean, no, I just went out, walked a bit. That was about it. It's fine.
nothing much you can do to be fair. Nothing is open. I did order takeaway the other night, so that was good.
I mean, yeah, there is absolutely nothing open. I probably should stay that way for a long time now.
Yeah, I mean, apparently our chain that we're working for is planning to open a shitload of stores from June 1st, and there's going to be a major transition in like suppliers and shit like that. And to all the idiots who thought it was going to be easy, what are you smoking? How does that? It's not the way that works. It's. I remember a friend of mine saying, "Oh, it's going to be easy to reopen everything." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
It never is.
Like, you have any idea how much dust collects in a place that hasn't been touched by humans in how long has it been now? 3 months?
Kinda.
It was going to be 3 months in June. Like, even with us, people that make coffee, like, coffee machines need basically reworking because they're pressure based. So it's going to be a lot of fiddling with machines before we get anything working. Going to be a lot of pissed off old ladies asking for tea, even though they've been making tea for the last 3 months. Who knows? Most of them might be dead by this point. So you never know.
But they want to do before that.
They're fucking idiots. But no. Yeah, Steam's been dead as well. Like, I've tried to play games with people, and it's not been very active.
Yeah, they have issues with the server.
Yeah, like the other night, tried to get on a Counter-Strike server 4 times.
Oh yeah,
And
that happened.
Steam lost connection 3 of those 4 times, and the
Yeah,
fourth
it
time
was
was
dumb.
Counter-Strike.
That's why that day we kind of switched and played something else.
Yeah, so there's a Call of Duty server that I always play, and that one's usually pretty full. But recently, it's been full of ever since the quarantine started, people decided to play video games. So it's been just full of weirdos and idiots who just are cheating most of the time, and that's excuse me, and that's just not fun. But apart from that, do you want to get into news? I don't think there is any news, but we could try and get into news. Just get the transition going.
Maybe there are some news. I actually don't know. I checked earlier today and I didn't see any news.
Yeah, there's well, for a fact, we know that the Snyder Cut's happening. That's been established. We know some more revelations happened that the actors will be returning for it, but just in voice, just to add ADR to scenes. Because apparently Zack Snyder has said that it will be completely different from what we got, which I doubt, but hands are in the air. I don't know. At the end of the day, I think we're going to get a hopefully better product or a more coherent product than what we got initially.
Nah. Movies that should stay dead. Please fucking stop it.
Stop it. Stop. Speaking of which, there we go. Now I just realized I've done something. When I woke up today, I'm not going to say what time because it was super late, but I was having lunch and I decided to go over how we talked about the crossover event last week with Arrow and Flash and all that shit?
Yeah, what about it?
So I went over all the crossover footage because all the major stuff's uploaded to YouTube, like all the fights and all the epic scenes, so to speak. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Oh. What the fuck did I tell you back then? It's fucking shit.
There's so much wrong with everything, and it's honestly painful to watch. Like, there's a couple of good scenes. There's a couple of really decent scenes, I guess, with people, with certain characters and what they do, but good lord. Good fucking lord. Like, I know that it's TV and the special effects aren't always going to be great, but some of the scenes look great, special effects wise, and others look like they were cobbled in 2 minutes in like Movie Maker.
Because they kind of were.
The final battle, which took place at the end of the dawn of time, in big quotation marks, is just. I'll tell you, like, for people that want to watch that, I'm gonna spoil it, but I don't care. So, guess out of all the big characters, all the mainstays of the CW verse, who were the last 7 to defend, or however many I forget, to defend and to restart the timeline? Who's left? Can you guess?
No.
So it's the Flash.
Okay.
Supergirl.
Fine.
White Canary.
Okay.
Batwoman.
Of course.
Lex Luthor with magical powers.
That happens.
And I forget what the other one was, but it's one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life because it's just a massive quarry and they're fighting CGI floating ghosts.
Oh well.
while Oliver Queen as the Spectre is fighting the Anti-Monitor.
Why is he fighting the Anti-Monitor though?
Because he's the only one that can oppose him, I guess, because they're both immortal beings. He does say a pretty good line, though. He does say, before he defeats the Anti-Monitor, he says, "You have failed this universe." Oh no, you have failed this multiverse.
That is true.
Which is a good send-off. But I even watched the scenes with Brandon Routh where he's Superman, because they did that. And even they're not that great. Like there's scenes literally where Lex Luthor shows up with a book, a magic book, and nobody just takes the book off him, but Superman just fights the other Superman instead of taking the book from Lex Luthor, while the girls are in the same room watching the fight happen.
But does he want it all? And does he want it now?
Who's messaging me? Who dares? Not now. I'll look at it later. Okay, I'll look at it now. No, there's a lot of weird shit going on. There's a really good scene with the two Flashes, where Barry from the CW verse finds the Flash from the Justice League film, and they have a weird sort of touchy-feely moment. So that's fun. But apart from that, there's it's just silly. It's just what it is. It's fucking. I get that it has to be fun and stuff, but it's not written well. And like the revelation at the end of the crossover, the way the seasons end is pretty good. That all the Earths that took part in this have converged now, and they're all on the same Earth, which is kind of nice because now they can have Justice League crossover episodes more often. But it's still like, why did you do that? And all of a sudden Iris is on the ship with them, and she knows stuff, and she's helping him. Like,
yeah, we know how this goes.
Iris is smart, but she's not that smart. It's just silly.
We know how this goes.
Yeah, you don't say. And yeah, there wasn't much of it going on. I did see a thing of news. Hold on, I was just looking at it before we started. It was something about something. The Henry Cavill might return to Superman, but that's pretty obvious. We knew that. We knew that already. And Zack Snyder showed off a thing of Darkseid, but it's so blurry you can barely see it.
I mean, considering that we have seen how popular he became, especially now during the whole
Witcher?
isolation and The Witcher specifically, I'm not even mildly surprised.
Yeah. Also, now the toxicity of the fandom has spurred the whole release the Snyder Cut thing.
Oh, God.
David Ayer has tried to petition to release the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Saying that his film isn't the peak of cinema or anything like that. He was like, it's not the best film in the world, but it's completely different from what we got.
I highly fucking doubt it.
So he is now trying to get the Ayer cut released of Suicide Squad.
I highly fucking doubt it.
And I don't know if I want that. The air. Why have I gotten so bright all of a sudden? Please. There we go.
I highly fucking doubt it's different than what he's shown.
It's just that moment when you're like, who cares? Nobody liked Suicide Squad. Why would you? Suicide Squad is one of those films that when I walked out of the cinema after having watched it, I was quiet for a good 10 minutes. Because I was just so baffled by what the film was that I didn't know what to say.
I mean, it's just the third act that's kind of fucking shit. Actually, it's completely fucking shit.
The whole film is shit.
Nah, the third act specifically shit.
And it's sporadically edited, and scenes are like thrown on top of each other with no context.
But it will be completely different. Fuck you, man. Just fuck off.
It's like, remember when you and I went to watch RoboCop in IMAX?
Wait, did we? I kind of fucking drew a blank on that one.
And we both walked out of the film and just went to have coffee after that. And it was 8 o'clock in the evening and we still went for coffee. That's how bad that film was.
I honestly can't recall anything about that movie. And I'd like to keep it that way. Something
ears were
special.
when we walked out of that film. Although on second viewing, because I watched it last summer, or no, not this winter. I watched it when I went home.
Oh yeah, it's a TV special now.
It was on HBO, and honestly,
Yeah, it's just as bad, I presume.
it's they tried to modernize it a little for modern times and add the human element in it.
I,
And some of those scenes really work, but a lot of them just don't. But it's not as bad as I remember it being.
Probably it's just as bad. I just see so much shit that you can't really. At this
Yeah,
point,
I guess.
yeah.
When he fights Ed 201 at the end, that's not a bad scene. It reminded me of what's his face from Metal Gear,
Wait, wait,
fighting the Metal Gears.
wait. He fought at 2 all night.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
what?
he
I don't
fought on
remember
Ed
that one.
201 like on a not on a staircase, but he like jumped around it and shit like that. It reminded
I
me
don't remember.
of Raiden fighting one of the geckos. Was it a gecko? I can't remember what it was, but it was a very similar scene, which wasn't terrible.
I don't really never shit about that movie. I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, there's not much else that happened this week news wise because it's been a dead week. Like last week we had stuff to talk about because there was stuff to talk about. While this week it's just been. Tell you what, I watched something else. Why am I remembering all this now? I watched something I didn't think I'd watch because I kind of refused to watch it for a while. But when Polygon released the first half an hour of Doom 2016,
Why would you watch Polygon?
I was genuinely insulted to watch it. Like I've seen people be bad at video games, but
Yeah, it's called Twitch. Welcome.
yeah, uh, but
Now, jokes aside, there are actually really good players, but
oh yeah, there
they're
are.
not as many. Because most people don't want to watch good players for some reason. They want to watch shit players because they get to shit talk them.
No,
I don't get why.
but the thing about the Polygon presentation was whoever they had behind the controller, because it's clearly
Was it that fucking guy?
because it
That
was clearly
absolute cretin? No, there is a specific guy that was so fucking bad at video games, but he was consistently shitting out article after article. He was so bad,
I wouldn't
he
be
could
surprised.
not finish. No way, he couldn't finish the tutorial level of XCOM and Cuphead. And he released
Yes,
a
I
video
think
clip
it's
of
the
him.
same person because the Cuphead one, he failed the first jump during the
Yeah,
tutorial. And Cuphead, for those that don't, Cuphead is a 2D sort of. It looks like an old school Disney
everybody knows.
cartoon. Yeah.
Listen, everybody knows what fucking Cuphead is. At this point, it became popular. But that guy, holy shit! It's like, fuck me, man. Just why the fuck are you in this business? Like, what is the what do you bring to this business? Because it sure as shit ain't fucking journalism.
Nope.
It ain't your ability to play a game so you can actually say if it's good or not. Because you can't fucking pass a tutorial level.
I watched him
Like, I get it.
play OG like Doom 2016.
No, listen, I get it. Some people, you're on a tight time constraint. So you don't have a lot of time to sink into a game, but at least be able to fucking pass the fucking tutorial level. Like,
Yeah,
come
but
on, we don't ask this
he
much.
couldn't aim to save his
What was that?
life.
Weren't those the Game Grumps guy that couldn't fucking play Duke Nukem of all things? Like, they were genuinely just
I don't think
fucking
they've played
bad.
Duke. I don't think they've played Duke Nukem.
I don't know, it was one of those fucking, what was it? Those gaming ensembles of individuals that kind of try to be funny, but they're not.
Oh,
Pretend to be good gamers,
there's
but they're not.
too many of those on YouTube to count.
No, this was specific. Oh, these were actually big. I think Stevie actually fucking mocked them, even.
Civi mocks everybody. He doesn't care.
No, I mean, I think it was in the rebuff.
Oh no, it's not Funhouse because they've never played Duke. But Funhouse are actually pretty decent at video games. See
No,
that
it's not.
that's the other thing that pisses me off with a lot of like YouTube gaming channels because a lot of them are purposefully bad. And it shows when somebody's purposefully bad at like he's trying to make it look like they're bad at the game. When they're trying to be bad, it's even worse. It's a bigger insult with this guy from Polygon because he was not good, but he wasn't even trying to play the game. He was failing miserably. Like the first encounter in Doom 2016, that fight when you first land on like when you jump off the ledge and land in like the big sort of
Yeah,
open bit, yeah.
the easiest fucking fight in existence.
Yes, even on Nightmare that
He
you and I
died.
played. Yeah, not only
He fucking died, yeah.
I died because it was the first time playing that game. So
But he died,
no,
didn't he?
he
Or you had
died.
to fucking shoot.
He was out of shotgun ammo by the time he landed.
How? The fuck was he shooting at? His feet?
So you find the shotgun, don't you, before you go outside when you destroy the
Uh,
first gore nest? Yes.
yeah.
Before he was out of ammo by then.
How?
It took him 6 shots per pistol, shot, to down the first zombies in the very first room when you get out of the sarcophagus.
How?
I don't know. He would randomly
Uh,
just look up and shoot. Like, I know I'm not good with a controller, but I can at least kind of aim.
oh, those games are not meant for a controller, though.
Well, Doom plays really good with it because
Uh,
they made the effort to make it play well with a controller because they know people are going to play it on console and shit like that.
yeah, but
But
it kind of detracts for the whole point of Doom, because it's not the same. Like
that's very true. But games
some games are
journalists,
meant. Yeah, but some games are meant for controls. Like you can play COD on the control, that's fine.
yeah,
Playing Doom on the controller, something's just fucking lost when you do that, because you need to accommodate both, and that just ain't
there's
good.
a lot of twitch shooting in Doom, and there's a lot of fast movement, and a controller won't always give you the most versatility. Like there's games that are fast that work with a controller. Like Vanquish works really well with a controller, and
Yeah.
and that game has fast aiming and shit like that. But it's made to work with one. I mean, Doom kind of is as well. But this person just didn't know how to use a controller. I think, which is my case for a lot of games journalists who claim to be journalists, but they can't play games, and then they shit on the game and say the game is bad because they died 25 times in the first 10 minutes. It's like when somebody who plays Call of Duty or something gets killed a bunch of times and blames the other person for being a hacker.
Eh,
It's the same sort of guilty bullshit that people try and pull, and it's annoying to as a person. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the best at video games. I never claimed to be, but if I have to sit down and watch the first half hour of Doom, which you can easily get to the fifth room after the big open area in that hour, even on higher skills, and watching this person struggle to aim at the first zombies and getting hit by them, the zombies in the very first room before you even get the suit, that hurt to watch. That was like I was in genuine pain to watch that. And Polygon pussied out and disabled our comments and disabled ratings as well for that video.
oh, that happens to quite a bit.
While the Cuphead guys left the ratings, left the comments as well. Even though I was in a lot of pain trying to watch the guy jump from a cube to the and jump dash to the thing, even though it's pretty obvious what he needs to do. It just felt like a completely clueless person playing the game. You know, like, my girlfriend played a game today. She doesn't know what to do. Haha. And that's funny for about 5 minutes. Well, no, this person, it was painful to watch them. It was very, very painful to watch them. But yeah. No news. Do you know of any trailers or anything?
No, not really.
Yeah, there's David Ayer, blah, blah, blah. Paul Feig talks about his Dark Army monster movie. Nobody cares, Paul Feig. You're a shit director. Oh yeah, Mark Guggenheim is gonna write the next Spider-Man movie. This was from last week, but I didn't bother including it because it's not that important, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
We're getting a new Muppet series in the summer.
Of course, yeah.
And Scott Derrickson is gonna direct a Labyrinth sequel.
Fuck that.
We talked about Labyrinth last week, didn't we?
I don't want this shit. Just fucking let it die.
But yeah,
Like
no
no one
news.
fucking no one asked me. No one asked for this. No one will ever ask for it.
No, it won't be the same without Bowie either. So unless they CGI him in, which I wouldn't be surprised people will do. People don't understand that the beauty of Labyrinth is the fact that
David Bowie.
it's David Bowie and it's practical effects. It's
Yeah.
it's letting Jim Henson off the leash and going, there you go, Jim. Go make whatever the fuck you want.
I actually haven't shown you this.
Go on.
I forgot about this YouTube channel. Oh, I've mostly been spending my day fucking watching Michael Penn videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what happens now while this is going on. It's a lot of you just zone out and you just click next on the video.
No, Michael Penn's amazing. He actually explains shit really well. It's entertaining.
Did you send it on Discord?
Yeah.
This
is a playlist of a guy that for the past couple of years was doing Yu-Gi-Oh reviews of all seasons. On top of his other videos, but goddamn, that shit fucking sent me back years. I was like, oh god, this did actually happen. Especially I remember the moment Yu-Gi-Oh broke me. Just mentally broke me. And of course it has to do with math.
Obviously, because math.
Listen, he uses 3 monsters to attack simultaneously and channel attacks until it gets infinity, so the other monster has the infinity attack power and gets cancelled by that infinity, even though that's not how that works. But bear in mind, in a split second, 3 monsters were able to generate infinity for some fucking reason. But what? I literally sat through that one. Yeah. I felt fucking getting an aneurysm out of the sheer stupidity and both contrivances. It's one of those.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
that's
don't even...
a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, though, isn't it?
No. This is legitimately breaking the fucking game itself, because this shit doesn't exist anymore. No game does. This is legitimately non-math. This shit doesn't exist. Like, infinity minus infinity does not equal 0. Because no 2 infinities are the same. No, but he's did infinity plus 1 for fuck's sake. Oh, I was sitting there, like, at the time I wasn't even fucking doing math properly, and I even back then I just sat through that. I was like, and I can see fucking drool down my fucking mouth because this shit's fucking impossible. I saw that, and the guy literally lost his fucking mind as much as I did with less explanations, but that's fine. About the same shit, I was like, yeah, but I fucking remember this. I remember this. Fuck you, Yu-Gi-Oh, for breaking me completely.
Fuck you, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. I remember watching that show religiously at one point.
I mean, I'm kind of rewatching because I have nothing else to do. But I'm watching GX because it's usually more entertaining than the original one. But yeah, you should check this out. It's fucking hilarious.
I remember watching the differences between the OG one and the English dub, because the English dub changes the story as well.
Well, a bit, but not always. They made it more PG. Yes. So in case that parent dies, they just fucking abandon him. It's like,
yeah, my parents have left me, Yug.
It's like... No, it wasn't that. It's different. It's different characters. But the idea is, so instead of having them die, they just fucking abandon and forget about him. How the fuck is that much better?
It's technically worse because they're now they're emotionally dead to them, not just dead.
I just, who even okayed this?
I don't know.
And he also points out most of those changes and how fucking stupid they are. Although not all changes the dub did are bad. Some of them are actually good. They even fucking fixed issues in the original ones.
Give me your blue eyes, old man, and I won't take no for an answer. No.
There was this specific scene. I was like, oh, this is a trap card, and it's clearly shown that it's a fucking spell card. You're like, ¿por And this was reference because this was in the original fucking one, and in the dub they changed it.
Oh.
And you're like, what? What the fuck is that?
Also, are the cards different in the Japanese version? Because in the OG first season, the cards were the special ones that are fully brown.
Listen, they used to do whatever the fuck they want with the cards. None of those cards function the way they do. Okay, most of them don't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the visual design of the cards, because in the show they didn't have the instructions at the bottom. All they had were the stars.
Oh, that was removed in the 4Kids version.
And the back of the card was brown with a black circle. While the retail cards and the cards in the later seasons became the ones with the swirl on the back and the instructions.
I think that they just changed the original ones from the game itself. They switched them, but I'm not sure. I don't fucking play that game much. I just throw around it because it's fucking easy to do.
Possible, I guess. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is Yu-Gi-Oh,
I mean, it's fun to watch. It's fun to do shit. Could be worse.
I guess. Uh, so last week you gave me
Yeah.
the last film for this month to watch. I have one question about this film.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be an unintentional comedy?
Yep. Honestly, this movie always gave me the feeling that it's a Uwe Boll movie in disguise.
Yes.
Remember when I made you watch House of the Dead 2, the sequel? And you were like, oh, this was not even bad.
Yeah, because people had fun making it and shit like that, and there was a
It was
lot of
genuine.
hamminess.
Yeah, it's the same shit. You can tell it's the same shit.
You can
Like, none of them
kind of
took.
tell, but I don't expect that from a Romero film.
Bullshit. All these movies are goofy as fuck.
It's very true, but this one was made in 2009.
So, it doesn't change the fact that he used to make movies the same way for fucking years.
It has some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life.
Because it's a low budget movie and it's the first one of the Dead series that has a recurring character.
Yes, it's the soldier, it's the Sarge,
Who comes from Diary of the Dead.
which we're not going to talk about. Diary of the Dead.
I was so close to giving you Diary of the Dead.
I would have said I was straight up said no. Like I'm not watching Diary of the Dead. You can forget it. I'm not
Actually,
subjecting myself through that film.
listen, I actually watched it. It's not as bad as you remember it to be.
You mean the found footage film that has perfect audio mixing and music?
Yeah, I actually to kind of excuse that. That's fine by me. But yeah, it's
And it
not
has
as bad.
terrible acting.
Oh well, it was supposed to be a terrible acting because they were actors in training with doing a shitty low budget horror movie.
I suppose. But let me just load up the wiki page for this. But so the survival. Spell it.
It's genuinely. I mean, Diary of the Dead isn't as bad as some other movies that I have seen recently in
It's
the
true.
found footage genre. It's just the people expected more.
Yeah, because it was
And I'm
supposed to be
fine
his
with
very,
that.
very last very last Romero film that we ever got.
But it wasn't. This is the last one,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and this was actually pretty good.
I wouldn't say good. I would say goofy. I would say very, very goofy and incredibly
Much like
convenient in a
all
lot of places.
much like all of his, but no, this is more like a social commentary.
They're all social commentaries.
Yeah, but this one,
Every single
no,
film that he posts
this
has
one
some
is
sort of message.
this is particularly one. Like this one doesn't even check. The rest one you can kind of just skip them in a sense.
Yeah, I guess, but right. So this one tells the story of. I'm not sure what story it tells because it's very confused as to where the story is
I
going
think
half the time.
I think it's how should I put it? It's an old tale between a Scottish old tale about two warring families. I don't
Yeah.
remember why they were warring, but they're doing it. It's fine. Like
That's all I ever wanted from you, Seamus. I wanted you to tell me I was right. Say it, and I won't kill ye.
Kiwi. And it's kind of fine in that sense because I've seen much worse.
No,
but
that old timey, otherworldly old timey aspect I actually quite liked. Like the two old dudes chewing the scenery was.
I think that and it's also influenced kind of from westerns.
Yeah.
But quite a fair bit. But also, you remember Warm Bodies?
Yeah.
Well, this is exactly the same story, except it's more grounded in reality. Like it shows you the differences between each of the viewpoints, like if they're dead or alive.
Yeah.
And what brings and how decisions have consequences, what exact consequences are you gonna see. And I kind of enjoy about that, but that's something you don't really see because at the end, you know that Seamus has his reasons for keeping the zombies alive, and I gotta the other one, I forgot his name.
No, Seamus is the good guy, isn't he?
There are no good guys. That's the point. It's just two different viewpoints, and both of them are kind of assholes about it.
Yeah, Muldoon. Seamus Muldoon wanted to keep them alive.
And the other one kind of wanted them dead. It explains exactly why, what the difference is between each of the points and how every decision that they make influences the outcome. Like this shit could have been avoided, but it wasn't.
Yeah, because they're
Flynn. His name is Flynn.
Flynn. Seamus. Oh no, Seamus is the
Shame.
bad guy, isn't he? But this is
They're all bad.
yeah. But you know what
There
I
is no
mean.
good guy.
Kenneth Welsh plays
Like the main guy,
Patrick O'Flynn. Patty O'Flynn.
uh, the main guy is a fucking raw character that just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
There
Also,
is
where
no
did that
actual.
kid come from? Right. So basically, the story is they're on this island. There's two rivaling families, and in civilization, quote unquote, there's obviously the zombie outbreak, and there's a rogue group of military folks that have gone AWOL and are traveling away from the plague to just stay safe. They encounter a kid in the forest who we never get any more information from apart from that he's kind of crafty.
Wow, they don't encounter him. They kill his previous four buddies, and
Yeah.
they just take him along because he's useful. Like, what the fuck's the point of that? It's just it is.
And
He's the street urchin character
he's
of the
the
group.
street urchin character of the group, I guess. And there's a lady with them in the military, and she's just masturbating while everybody else is around.
She's a lesbian.
Yes, she's also lesbian. It doesn't matter. But
Diversity.
diversity, and I
No,
get
it generally doesn't fucking matter. Because
No.
it's just fucking funny to see their interactions of how the man like stop masturbating. She's like, nah.
you know, and it's at first it's like it cuts to her when they first introduce them, and she's like, you know, rubbing one out, and all of a sudden the guy just sits next to her in the Jeep like, stop it, you're turning me on. This Mexican stereotype man who referred to everybody as señor, and you know,
Oh yeah.
por favor, and all that kind of. I'm not racist. That's what the character says in the film. And so it's this group of military folk that are trying to get to salvation of some sort, and they encounter these hillbillies. And they kill the hillbillies, and then the kid joins them. And they get to the hillbillies' truck to find out that there's money inside it, and that money kind of has a play later, but it doesn't really. And
Actually, I think that I actually kind of liked the fact that it was kind of an homage to the other Dead series, where the undead were actually undead and couldn't be killed.
yeah,
Because you see the heads put on a pike and they're still alive, so you have to actually put a bullet through them.
yeah.
That was a nice touch.
If unless you sever the connection with the brain, they will continue to function because they find the pikes and their zombie heads on the pikes, and it's some of the worst compositing work I've ever seen because you can clearly see the edging of the masking around the heads and all that kind of shit. And then before that, I forgot to mention O'Flynn, Patrick O'Flynn, the old man who wants to kill the dead on the island, gets thrown out, cast out. He is by Seamus Muldoon. He casts him out, and his daughter's there to try and mitigate things, and because Muldoon wants to kill him at first, but she's like, no, don't kill him. And so they send him off on a boat. So the military encounters him on this dock where they find a bigger boat, like a ferry, and they get on the ferry. And he ends up joining them because he loses his crew. And he hands the zombies a stick of dynamite, and they all explode. And this whole film so far is just one-liners. I forgot to mention. There's just been one-liners up until this whole entire point. And Sarge having temper tantrums just to establish the fact that he has temper tantrums that go away afterwards. Then the Mexican man swims to the ferry because he can swim up to it because he knows how to drive the ferry. Pilot the ferry? Captain the ferry? Row the ferry? What term do you use for a boat?
Rode the ferry.
Riding it?
I mean, you ride the ferry and you
But how do you drive it?
No, you don't. It's a boat. You
No, I know, but
navigate.
No, but how do you operate the ferry?
Let's see.
What's the term?
Well,
What's the term for driving a boat?
Okay, let's see. Steer it.
Steer the ferry. He knows how to steer the ferry.
Oh, wait. Captain is a verb. captain it. Yeah, captain is
He
actually
can
the one I've
captain it.
said.
Okay, so
Or pilot it, which is weird. 'Cause
he's
then
swimming through the river to get to the ferry, or the coast where it's not really established where they are. It's said that they're going to the coast, but sorry, it's Slaughter Beach, the name of the place. That's what it was. And
of course.
he gets the zombos come from the bottom to grab him and to drag him down, and he bites one to get rid of it, which ends up infecting him later on. But so
To assert dominance.
yeah, Arr. Yeah. By the way, folks, if your dog bites you playfully, bite the dog back. Assert dominance. Uh, and so it comes to the point now where they're on the boat. Patrick, old man, what's the name of the actor? Because he was fucking great. Kenneth Welsh, who stole every scene he was in.
Of course he did.
So Kenneth Welsh is like, we're going back to me island. My daughter's there. And yeah, they sound Irish. I'm not sure if they're Irish or Scottish, but they sound more like Irishy,
Okay, it's fine.
which
It's
is
either
weird
one of
considering
them.
they're all Irish on an island which is off the coast of the States. But so they get on this boat and they're like, oh, we need to check the ferry for monsters. And they go around the ferry, killing zombies. And somehow they miss zombies. It's one of those contrived zombie things where there's, I guess, monster closets on the boat. And zombies just come out the closets and they attack them. And they free themselves from. Obviously, they get to the boat, to the shore, where it's been some time since since Kenneth left, Patrick left. So now there's Muldoon is taking over the island, trying to keep the dead alive to see if there's a cure, because he's a believing man, and killing whoever's in his way. So any stranger that's come to the island that Patrick's tried to like save, because he has a internet thing where he's like, come to me island and be safe. Muldoon's just killed or left to the zombies. And we see Patty's daughter ride close to them on a horse, but she is also dead. Because again, it's the remember thing of the zombies trying to remember things. So she is riding on the horse. Only to then for us to get the reveal that there was two of them. The man had two daughters. Twins.
Of course he did.
This reveal comes out of nowhere.
Well, it's supposed to be out of nowhere. It's supposed to not matter.
Yeah, but it's contrived. Is what it is. But
Sure it is. No one gives a shit about it.
regardless, the other one gets bitten anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. And they basically what Muldoon's trying to do is every time I hear Muldoon, by the way, I think of that mission in Hitman Blood Money, where you're supposed to kill Skip Muldoon on the boat.
I don't remember.
It's a good mission. He wants to find a cure, so he's been putting the dead. He's rounding them up like cattle, and he's putting them in a little enclosure where he tries to put an animal in there with them, and hopefully, if the zombo or the deadhead, because that's what they're calling him now. So if the zombo bites the animal, that's a sign to him that there might be a cure for the plague. And near the end of the film, before the final sort of shootout happens, he puts the dead daughter in there with a horse, hoping that she will bite the horse. Unfortunately, her sister, for whatever stupid, banal reason, loses all sort of, I guess, reasoning.
I mean, look at it like in warm bodies, where the hunger is the one that consumes them and makes them skelly boys.
No. I'm saying the sister that's alive.
Oh, that's just stupidity.
Just
I mean,
lose it. No, she's been on the island for ages. She's seen what the dead do.
Yeah, but she was against killing them to begin with because she believes there's still fucking humanity in
True,
them.
but she's like, my sister, she wants to speak to me. Oh, she bit me, that bitch. It's like, that was obvious. She's been trying to bite people the whole time. And then the onslaught happens where the zombies get released and people start shooting each other up. And Muldoon...
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I actually like that scene.
No, that scene's pretty good.
Intense.
It's very, very chaotic. There's people shooting each other. There's zombies running around. There's a really funny moment where a guy gets hung up on a trap inside the barn from a zombie. And there's a lot of one-liners for some reason in the
Of course.
serious zombie film where nobody's serious at all. And the it comes to the showdown between the two dudes who shoot each other up, and uh, also at this point it's shown that Patrick does not care who he's going to kill if they've been affected, even though he sort of hesitates at the start of the film with a bunch of children. But so she gets bit. He's like, "I'm going to have to kill ye, daughter," but he doesn't get to it because they're shooting each other up with Muldoon. And so the army folk and the kid have left at this point because like, fuck this, we gotta go. We're not gonna bother with this. It's their problem, God be with you and all that shit. So they're leaving, and the dead daughter, the one before that we spoke about, actually takes a bite out of the horse. And so the still alive daughter sees that, the twin, so she runs up to the military to tell them, quickly, come back. She did it. Did what? And I swear to God, in the most comedic fashion ever, she gets shot out of frame with with Patrick appearing on. I told you I'd kill me own. And he walks off.
Oh yeah, because at the beginning, remember, he didn't want to shoot the fucking children because
Yeah,
he didn't have it in him. Now he does. He has made up his resolve.
he is, but he also, I guess, saved on him. I mean, I guess that the way it might happen in real life, where the real implications of what might have happened don't, and we never get, the main characters never get the reveal of that the zombies have started eating animals now. But it's not shown in the film as the way that the zombies are being cured. It's just shown in a way that they're just zombies and they eat anything around them because there's no humans left to eat, literally, because they're all dead. It's established more than once now that they don't eat other zombies. They'll try and nibble at themselves in hopes that it's alive flesh, but it's not. And the military just escapes. And that's how the movie ends. Oh, it ends with a pretty cool shot with Muldoon and Patrick still zombified, trying to shoot each other Western style with the moon in the background. A massive moon, for that matter. But yeah, that's how the movie ends. If you want to watch an unintentionally funny film, watch it, because it's unintentionally funny, and there's a lot of really, really stupid, dumb, contrived moments that make it fun to watch at least. But it's not a great film. The pacing suffers, and it just feels like every single character in this film is blissfully unaware of their situation, and they just don't care. They're not taking anything seriously.
Oh yeah, that's why it's a modern classic. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I'll
Right.
say that.
So what shit show will be starting next month off?
So I went through a couple of lists of really bad films, and I went through a couple of lists of bad films that I've watched myself. So back in day, I remember watching this film hoping that they might represent one of my favorite things of all time, only for them to completely destroy every single facet of that thing. Not only in a film that wasn't even entertaining, but a film that genuinely just wasn't good. And I was in a lot of pain watching this film.
Okay, which one?
And I was in a lot of...
Robin?
No, Batman and Robin is a good time because it's funny.
It is. Which one is?
There's a specific word I said that alluded to the title of this film. I was in a lot of pain.
Which one is that? Or what I think?
So, we know that there's very few good video game films.
Sure.
And they're all, for the most part, shit. And
Sure.
painful.
Sure.
It's Max Payne. You're watching Max Payne next week.
Okay.
Let's start of the month.
That's not even that bad of a movie.
It's fucking atrocious. There's not one good redeeming thing about that film.
If you remove Max Payne and you forget it's a Max Payne based movie, it's not that bad.
No.
Oh boy, are you gonna be the
No,
surprise for next
no,
week?
no. It's abysmal. There's not one redeeming quality about that film.
But the rest, the visuals are nice.
The effects are shit. The movie is barely has color in it. It's black and white.
Oh, it's not like the fucking game was more colorful enough to begin with.
The pacing was shit. The acting was shit. The effects were shit. Everything about that film. Character motivations are out the window. Character thought and logic is gone for that film. I'm gonna get really pissy next week because I'm getting pissed off just thinking about it right now.
Boy, are you gonna be the rude awakening when I give you
Oh,
the
I know. I just thought let's start it off nice and gentle, and then for whatever
so I can ask from you.
so you can ask Slammy, and I can ask Slammy back the week after, just so I know what level we're supposed to be
I
at.
I don't think you're prepared for the level I'm gonna send you to.
Oh, look, we're doing this. We're doing. You're drinking this. I'm drinking this.
Trust me, you're not prepared. Because if you're starting with Max Payne, you're in for a shit, man, buddy.
Well, it's the worst video game movie.
The worst video game movie. I need to check.
We're not talking UV Ball here because UV Ball is a whole nother ballpark.
Uh,
Max Payne is the worst video game, mainstream like AAA video game movie ever.
uh.
Because
Oh wait! Bullshit! The worst one is Super Mario Bros. Come on.
Super Mario Bros. has
Bullshit.
redeeming qualities,
No, it doesn't.
and
Bullshit.
that man,
Sorry,
I forget his name.
Doom Annihilation is worse than this.
I forgot about. I should have given you that. I forgot about that one.
Dungeon Siege is a worse movie than this.
Dungeon Siege it's a UV Ball film. It doesn't matter. We don't count it.
Double Dragon is a worse movie than
Double
this.
Dragon was self-aware.
No, it wasn't. Blood Rain is a worse movie than this. Actually,
UV
no, Blood Rain
Ball.
is a worse one. It doesn't matter. UV Ball has some decent movies.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Which
Admitting
ones?
it.
Which ones?
There was one with the anti-establishment movie. That one was
Postal?
actually pretty. No, God, no. Wait, no. I need directing. I always forget the name of that, but I actually told you back in the day.
I don't remember.
Not Max Schmeling. Was it this? No, it wasn't Capital Punishment. That's a rip-off. God, what? No.
Capital Punishment.
Yeah, bail out the Age of Greed.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Dominic Purcell in it. So at least you know you're in good hands.
I don't know how to feel about this.
DOA is a worse movie than this.
DOA was actually self-aware.
You know it wasn't. Hitman 47 was a worse movie than this.
I refuse to watch that film. Max Payne is
yet,
worse in my eyes than all of those combined.
Hitman 2007 was the worst movie than this.
That was shot in Bulgaria as well.
I know. Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li was worse than this.
Oh, I forgot that film existed.
So did I.
That one had the one from the Black Eyed Peas to play Vega.
Warcraft 2016 is a worse movie than this.
No, Warcraft isn't.
Sorry, Need for Speed is a worse movie than this.
Wait, they made a Need for Speed film?
Oh yeah, there is one. It's fine. I also didn't bother watching it. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time is a worse movie than this.
I've already talked about Prince of Persia with Phil on his podcast, and that one has a couple of decent scenes. Max Payne does not have decent scenes.
Assassin's Creed 2016 is a worse movie than this.
That movie has been removed from my memory completely.
Alone in the Dark has a worse movie than this.
Yui Ball.
Not the second one.
There's a second one?
Oh yeah, there is a second one. Actually, the second one is not that bad.
What? Alone in the...
Yeah, 2008. I've actually seen it. Well, I mostly saw it because it has Lance Henriksen and Danny Trejo in it. And Bill Moseley. Oh yeah, that happened. I know I've told you about this. Retrospective, but we don't talk about this.
Alone in the Dark 2.
2008. Oh yeah! This is not as bad as a movie as you think it is.
Should I give you something else? Nah, we're watching Max Payne next week. That movie aggravates me to no avail, so we're watching that.
See. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Just so I can get shut down and so I know how bad we're going.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Actually, to be fair, the camera work in Max Payne is pretty decent. Some of the visuals are actually quite nice.
Yeah, like 2 of them, and everything else is just abysmal.
Yeah, that's still a lot.
Oh, shit. Okay. So next week we're watching Max Payne, and I guess I'll get massively shut down, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're not ready.
I'm not ready.
You will never be ready for this.
Great. Fucking great. Anyway, is this
You chose this. It's
I,
so fucking fun.
yeah, I guess. Is this
Yeah,
us?
yeah, this is us.
Quiet week. I guess. Thank you all for watching. Oh, fuck me. Itchy nose. Fucking allergy.